Good morning, Dubai. Welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show, where we go through all the trending stories that everyone in Dubai is talking about today. A cocaine bust at Dubai airports. Suitcases loaded with 5.6 kg of cocaine were uncovered by custom officials.
That's crazy. We also talking about the Dubai success story of a security guard turned real estate agent.
The big announcement that UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson is coming to the UAE for urgent talks.
And also we'll be talking about Walk for a Good Cause at this exciting charity walkathon happening this weekend.
And do stay tuned, because later in the show, Simran got to sit down with top designer Masaba Gupta, who is exclusively launching her new collection in Dubai at 11 a.m. at Meraki Design Studio in Al Quoz, which we are so excited about. But before we get into all of that, we would like to give a quick shout out to Public Cafe, a one-of-a-kind coffee shop located in the heart of Dubai, offering a unique coffee blend, recipes, catering to both the coffee lover and the hearty food lover. You can find it at JLT, Cluster T and Cluster Y if you want to get your fix. But before we get into all of the top stories, the question of the day.
Why Casey was coughing in the very beginning is because we were testing out the theory if your cough has an accent.
So when you hear people on the metro coughing, or you could be in school or at work, can you actually decipher where that person is from?
Like the nationality of the person via their cough.
And we'd love to get your thoughts on this. So we're going to open the comments, because we always like to read them after the show. Thoughts?
Thoughts on this? I feel like it's a definite no. You cannot decipher the accent or the nationality of the person by the cough. It's just, it can't be a thing. It's not a thing.
I agree as a wide statement.
Yeah.
You certainly can't decipher the nationality of the person by their cough. However, I feel like we have different maybe like decibels. So like I'm more inclined to probably be higher or lower than the next person sitting beside me based on my tone of voice.
But yeah,
but
that's
maybe
your
that's
voice.
Nationality.
Right? That's your voice. And then of course
but nationalities
gender.
tend to have, yeah, of course gender,
Yeah.
but of course nationalities tend to, or people who are living in a certain country tend to have the same inflections in their voice.
No, I don't think. No.
It's like some people can taste the difference between water and I can't. Maybe someone can test the difference between coughs.
Yeah, maybe there is a person with that, I don't know, hearing, what is it, like magnified hearing?
It's like someone, you know, when they get people to be like chocolate tasters, and they can like, they have the really like specific taste buds. Personally, no, I can't decipher coughs.
No, same. Maybe you guys can when we play this voice note.
Okay, so we did a little cough game before the show. We all wore face masks, and we have a cough coming at you, and we want to know if you can figure out where it's from.
What nationality does this cough belong to?
Okay. That's the fakest cough I've ever heard. We'll go one more time. Oh, no.
Wonder where this person is from. Is it a man? Is it a woman? What? I can't tell.
I do want to say this debate was brought up 10 years ago on Reddit, and it was basically someone saying they're in an international student class, and they are saying that they could figure out the foreign accents. And then someone's like, no, you're an idiot. A cough does not carry an accent. And then someone's like, there's definitely a British middle-aged man cough. My friend's dad was British and coughed a lot. Every time he did, I was always think, he sounds so British.
I think there's a middle-aged man cough.
There is a middle-aged man cough. Yes, there is. True.
But sneezes, I have to say, that can tell personalities. Like you have some that are like, achoo, and then you have some that are like, achoo. So sneezes, I feel like that can tell personalities, but not the accent.
Hard to know. Someone's saying there's an Arabic cough. Okay, let's jump into our top stories. Cocaine bust at Dubai airport. Suitcases loaded with 5.6 kgs of cocaine uncovered. Dubai Customs inspection staff at Dubai International Airport seized 5.6 kilograms of cocaine narcotics carried by an inbound female traveller from a Latin American country. Customs got suspicious when her bag was flagged on a routine X-ray. So she was stopped, and then she was asked to provide identification, and she was asked if she had anything to declare. She replied no.
So, of course, then they searched her bag, found a secret pocket, secret pocket loaded with black plastic sacks wrapped in transparent adhesive. And they contained white powder, which after examination turned out to be cocaine weighing 3.2 kilograms. And then in her bag, there was a 2,473 grams cocaine concealed in bottles of body care products, including shampoo and moisturizing body creams. Now, Ibrahim Kamali, director of Passenger Operations Department, said the UAE is a global model to follow in curbing the trafficking of illicit drugs and safeguarding society from their dangers.
Kamali also said the authority is entirely focused on increasing its capacity to detect and impound all harmful substances like narcotics before reaching the community, which is exactly what they did. He also said that despite the creative tricks some passengers use to hide prohibited materials, such as yesterday we spoke on the show, or this week we spoke on the show about people hiding drugs in cat packaging at customs, and it was found. This lady used her suitcase, and she also used body creams, shampoos. He said that our highly trained inspectors and advanced systems can effectively thwart smuggling attempts, so don't try it. You're not going to get into the country, and unfortunately that's a very sad story. That woman is, anyway, don't try it.
It is ridiculous, but of course there are people who make money through illegal means, and then there are people who make money through hustle, through pure hard work. And now we're going to be talking about a Dubai success story of a security guard who turned into a real estate agent. Now, of course, here's a much needed dose of motivation to get you powering through the work week. So a former security guard's hustle has now turned him into one of Dubai's top performing real estate agents. And the story goes something like this. Now, Cyril Nuyuddin came to Dubai back in 2015 and started working as a security guard for G4S. Now, he soon started applying for different jobs and enrolled in courses such as health and safety management, leadership, customer service, etc. Like, you can clearly see he was determined to grow and just level up. And then 1 year down the line, Cyril's interests in real estate industry peaked when he was asked to replace a security guard on leave at the First Group headquarters.
So the passionate professional then applied to the First Group as a telesales executive. However, he was rejected. This made him determined more than ever. He kept applying for different positions at least 3 times a week, he said, and that shows you the commitment, and was rejected time and time again.
But of course, he didn't give up, which is the biggest takeaway from the story. And the day finally came when the Director of Talent Acquisition at the First Group, Sean Oliver McSherry, reached out to the then security guard and offered him an interview with Toby Mission, sales director at the First Group.
And after the constant persistence, he finally leveled up and landed the job. And it was all uphill from there. Promotions, multiple MVP awards, which means, of course, the most valuable player, MVP of the quarter, as well as MVP of the year. What an amazing story. And after 4 years, 2 months, the First Group, Cyril has now resigned from the First Group and currently works as an investment advisor at Stackcoin. So he moved up and up and up and has been able to move on. But, you know, applying for 3 positions a week within the same company, getting recognized for your work, getting MVP, and then moving on to another, it's just amazing. So shout out.
Super commendable. And it's such a big takeaway. It's like people give up after like a first week of, and that too in the same company. He didn't apply anywhere else. Maybe he did, but like, you know, just that persistence of in the same organization, just making sure like, you know, you're persisting no matter how many times you get rejected, because you believe in yourself, believe in your capabilities. And that hustle really shows. That's amazing. Like, the fact that hustle always pays off, this is one of the clearest examples.
I really don't want to mar this story with a Kardashian reference, but I'm just thinking about how hard work always pays off and how important it is and how you need to put the grind in. And I think sometimes we look at like things like social media and you look at people like having these wild lifestyles and you kind of want to amplify that and think that there's no hard work going on. And I think Kim Kardashian's statement, which has been wildly vilified, but I just want to say, her point and her statement, nothing to do with them and their hard work, but her statement was people don't want to work hard anymore. And basically you need to work hard to make things happen. And his story, I think, is a great example of that. So honestly, did he share it on LinkedIn, or did the First Group share it, or how did it kind of come to the media attention?
So he shared it on LinkedIn, and of course we stumbled upon that, and people in the comments were just so amazed by his story. They're like, thanks for sharing. I remember the story of like, they remember him working in various places, and they're like, you've got really done so much with your life and done so much with your capabilities. And someone like, we're so proud of you. Remember a conversation and how badly you wanted to get into sales, and he's finally there now.
Wow.
It's like so many things, right? Like manifestations, like the positive, putting out that thing, what you want into the universe, and the universe just.
Plus the hard work.
Plus, of course, the hard work. And but well, like you said about the Kardashians, it doesn't matter who said it, but what she said has such a major point to it.
And on top of that, I think it's amazing for people to sometimes kind of be proud of their achievements and to recognize them, because his story is inspiring to many, and it should be. And it just shows how you can kind of work up and up and up and get to a place where he was so proud that he was sharing it. But I also think it's inspiring to other people who are maybe slogging at the day job and want to kind of improve and achieve, and his story will help people. So sometimes if you are proud of your achievements, you know, put it out there for people to see, because there's a lot of hate, but there's also a lot of love in the world, and I think it's actually nice for people to share their positive stories.
Well said, Casey.
Well, good story finds, Simran.
Oh, got goosebumps, honestly. So good.
Shall we move on to a big announcement? Boris Johnson is coming to the UAE for urgent talks. So the UK's Prime Minister Boris Johnson will hold urgent talks to discuss fuel crisis, as he aims to loosen the UK's need for oil and gas that comes from Russia. So he's expected to meet His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed, Crown Prince of Abu Dhabi and Deputy Supreme Commander of the Armed Forces, on Wednesday, before moving on to Saudi Arabia, where he will meet Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman.
Now, the UK's move to discuss oil and gas with the UAE and Saudi is an attempt to wean itself of its need for oil plus gas from Russia. Now, Boris Johnson has said of the trip, now the UK is building an international coalition to deal with the new reality we face. The world must wean itself of Russian hydrocarbons and starve Putin's addiction to oil and gas.
Saudi Arabia and the UAE are key international partners in that effort. And he went on to say that we will work with them to ensure regional security, support the humanitarian relief effort, and stabilize global energy markets for the longer term. Now, it's a one-day trip. He's expected to land in and do UAE and Saudi in one day. And no doubt we will bring you the updates from that as soon as we have them.
Exactly. And we'll move on to our next story, which is Walk for a Good Cause, because that's happening this weekend. Now, it's a charity walkathon. So just lace up and, of course, walk for a good cause, happening on Saturday, March 19th at 7:30 a.m. at Dubai Science Park. And you can take part in the 3rd edition of the We Walk annual charity walkathon, where all the proceeds from the event will be donated to the UAE Rare Disease Society.
You may or may not know that We Walk is a family-friendly sporting meet that is open to people of all ages and abilities. So you can walk it, and I know it's called We Walk, but you can also sprint, jog, run, hop, skip the 4km course with friends and family. And the best part, always the best part, each participant will receive a goodie bag with a t-shirt, a cap, wristband, and there'll be refreshments for you guys on the day.
Now, the price starts at 35 dirhams. Location is Dubai Science Park. Of course, it's happening on Saturday, March 19th at 7:30 a.m. So nice and early. So, you will be avoiding missing the heat of the day. And for more information, you can call 04-391-3916.
And of course, it's for a fabulous cause. So do get out there and support. And there's nothing like getting up on the weekend morning when you don't have work and actually just enjoying the fresh air. And as Simran said, before it gets too hot, but hopefully the weather is dipping.
Hope this week, right? Like you put out the post saying it's only this week, and then it's like
a little bit of a heat wave. It's cooling down. It's not summer just yet.
Not yet. Yet is the key word.
We're not talking about the S word. And I know I did it.
Casey,
we're not talking about it.
That's
ever.
One.
My bad.
Red flag.
3 and I'm out. 3 and we're out. We can't talk about it. Not until June.
Okay, done. That might not happen, but like done. The intentions are there to not talk about it. But of course, like their website has more information, and the fact that you can get up on a weekend, do something good, give back to the community. And just by walking, you'll be doing giving back and doing charity, of course, and getting fit at the very same time. So make sure.
Exactly.
But guys, next up, we have an interview with famed Indian designer Masaba Gupta, and she'll be talking about all things House of Masaba, her fashion house, and her exclusive Dubai launch that's dropping today at 11 a.m. at Meraki Art and Design Studio at Al Quoz. So you can hear more about that from the boss lady herself right after this very short break.
Stay tuned.
Hey guys, welcome back to the Lovin Dubai show. And right now we are in talks with a powerhouse of a woman. She's an Indian fashion designer and is the owner of the label House of Masaba and is the epitome of a boss lady. Welcome to the show, Masaba Gupta. It's so good to have you on.
Thank you so much. The pleasure is all mine. I can't wait.
So now your collection is dropping exclusively in Dubai tomorrow, House of Masaba. So can you tell us why Dubai of all places?
So, I have a huge sort of emotional connect with Dubai because it's the last city I was in overseas before the pandemic hit. And literally the last event, the last pop-up, the last press show that we did with our work was in Dubai. So I thought that it would make so much sense to just come back to the city and, sort of, I know that things are not absolutely okay in the world, but they're also a little better and we have to move on. So I just thought that my first step into moving back into our favorite overseas market would be Dubai, and we really wanted to come back and make our first impression there.
So this is going to be your spring-summer collection, right? Spring-summer 22.
Yes, it's spring-summer resort, whatever you want to call it. But it's basically everything that is, that can take you from your bed to the beach, except swimsuits though. We're doing a lot more like cover-ups, lots of kaftans, lots of just little bibs and bobs of separates put together that you can style the way you like. And essentially, it's a really happy collection. When I looked at it, it just gave me so much joy, which is why. And I thought of Dubai, and I said, "Oh my God, it just fits perfectly."
Oh, for sure, and that too. It's very trendy over here. And with summer coming, you just want like some nice light wear, and kaftans, of course, are always happening in the city.
Yes.
So, can you tell us a little bit more about your collection and when did you start working on it and how long the collection has taken you? Just like
so, the collection is called Sanctuary, and essentially Sanctuary.
Okay.
Sanctuary, yeah. And essentially, what it means is that it's just like a safe place. I think we can interpret sanctuary to be many things. Yeah. And we can interpret it as per whatever's going on in our lives. But I think with me especially, it feels like a safe, happy place, very green, very bright, full of hope, full of lovely birds and plants, and just green and lovely and luscious, where life is really, really brimming, And I think that that's what it means to me. I love the colors because I have been wanting to do a wild collection for some time now. So lots of bright greens, lots of bright yellows, we have crazy reds, we have a brick red, we have mustards, you name it and we have that color. So it's actually almost like we're going back to what the House of Masaba really started off with, which is a lot of color. And that's what it is. There's lots and lots of fun things we've done. But I have to say one thing, that the collection has become a lot more, I would say, versatile in terms of the kind of people that can wear it. We've always been a very age-versatile brand. So we wanted young girls and women who are, middle-aged or slightly older. We wanted everyone to get a piece of it. So that's exactly what it is. It took me about, I would say 3 months to make the collection because everything is just so slow after COVID. I typically get a collection wrapped up in a month, but it's taken me 3 months.
So 2 questions. Now, would you say House of Masaba is an extension of your personality, like you being vibrant and colorful and so chirpy, just like your struggles? Does everything translate into the collection, into your clothes, into your line?
It really does. What's funny though, I have to say, is that I love black and white as a person.
Oh.
So I always say this, that I think in color. I'm not someone who wears color. I think in color. Like for me, if I have to make something for someone, the first thought would be like hot pink or like a bright red, But for me, it's always black and white. So I think there's 2 Masabas that play there all the time. But it is a piece of me because I just felt like the one thing that everyone needs in this day and age is just some peace and some joy, little bits and pieces of joy, happiness, something that makes them feel like summer, something that feels like a getaway. And a lot of us can't fully travel still, but at least it should be a vacation when you're wearing it. So I think that's what it is.
I think there you have your tagline, wearing your vacation. So nice.
Yes.
It just that just sells it. Like now I'm dying to buy it. And your collection, honestly, like it's not very, what's the word? It doesn't make you feel uncomfortable in any sense whatsoever. Like it's just, the fitting is so nice and airy and breezy, and just it makes you feel good. I just bought one of your pieces, and it just, like you can see, like you're wearing a House of Masaba. Like it just speaks.
No, and the other thing is I want women to feel like themselves in my clothes. I just feel like sometimes brands can make a woman feel a bit uncomfortable, out of place. Am I wearing the right thing? I don't want a woman to second when she's wearing a House of Masaba. So, yeah.
You have aced in that then. Also, of course, like because you're dropping it in Dubai, any prints we can expect that have been inspired by Dubai, or any cuts and designs?
The colors, there's a lovely, it's like in between a sand and oatmeal, which really is my favorite color from the whole collection. And that's actually my ode to Dubai, because when I think of Dubai, I think of just brown, beige, sand dunes, and it's a very, I don't know how to say it, but it's got a very calming effect on me. It's true. I mean, every time I land in Dubai from the aircraft, I am just so happy, because I'm just like, I am home. And this is not just because of the malls, but it's because of how beautiful Dubai really is. But at the same time, it also reminds me of inclusivity, because Dubai is such a melting pot of various cultures. There's so many different kinds of people that live there. You have different types of people that you see on the street. You have food of every kind. So I think for me and my brand, I find Dubai the one-stop shop where you can talk to any kind of woman. You have the Arabs, you have Indians, you have
Western Asians, yeah.
Aliens, you name it, and those people are there. So I think that to me is the magic of Dubai. But yeah, the one color it reminds me of is that sand and oatmeal kind of beige.
Okay, so we can expect a lot of colors and then a lot of sandish colors?
Yes, a lot of sand colored. It's a very desert safari kind of vibe.
Oh, I'm so excited to see this collection. And you have a ton of awards behind you.
Yes.
Was that planned?
Listen, this is the best light in my office, I swear to God. My whole office is just like a dark space. I don't know why. But we were like, where should she sit? Where should she sit? And I was like, this is where the window is. It should sit right here. Right next to me. But yeah.
It just happened to be right next to you. So so what are these awards for?
Well, there's a bunch. There's something, most of them are like Women's Achievers Awards. There's Fashion Designer of the Year. There's Fashion Icon of the Year. But there's one that's which I got from Mr. Manmohan Singh, who is the former Prime Minister of India.
Oh, wow.
So that is Business Excellence Award in fashion. But yeah, most are around like being trendsetter, fashion entrepreneur, path breaker, disruptor, all that is up here.
Oh, definitely. It's not just for the sake of it. You definitely are. And also any interesting stories behind one of the awards that anytime you look at it, you're like, oh, this one was special.
Okay, so I think there's lots, because I always tend to have like a format at every award function. But this one here, it was the Grazia Millennial Awards for Fashion Entrepreneur of the Year. And I remember when I was going for this event, and I decided that I will not eat anything that makes me bloat, because I was wearing, I swear to God, the tightest nude colored dress. And I was like, this is like skin. And if I eat anything or I just like binge on some sugar, it's going to go downhill. And of course I did that. And I went on to the stage and I said, guys, I'm sorry, but I cannot hold my tummy in any longer. I need to breathe. So please forgive me if you see a giant belly. But I was just like, but then once I said it, and once I said it out loud before my speech, I was just so relaxed, and then I could enjoy the rest of the evening.
So did you stop sucking in during that speech?
No, yeah, I did, because I was like, okay, guys, it's out of the way now. Let me thank you now.
You're holding it for that moment, and then that's when it all.
No, it was like 1 hour, 40 minutes. It was nuts because I ate something and then I went to the awards and I was like, oh my God, I'm so bloated.
I mean, yeah, I think it's all in our heads, to be honest, with the bloating situation, but every woman faces it. And that's why you need
you just go through so many different hormones and whatnot through the day, right? So it's okay, I guess.
That's why you need a house of Masaba.
Yes,
eat and eat and eat, and the bloats will never show.
Exactly.
So I'm sure one of those awards is for your Netflix show that's doing so well.
Yeah, it's right here. I can't believe I'm picking up each one. But yeah, this is my first award as an actor, which is really
special. Amazing.
It was most popular debut in a web series, female.
Oh my God. I remember in 2020 when it came out, it was the only thing me and my friends were watching, Masaba on Netflix. Now season 2 is coming out very soon. So when exactly is it coming out? Do you know?
I think we're looking at late summer. So anytime between May and June is when it should be out. And I'm so excited because we've done so many things in this season. I mean, I don't even know how we're going to fit it all in all these episodes, but yeah, it's going to be a super fun season.
So season 1, we saw a lot of a relationship with your mom, which I have to say you take a lot after her confidence, her jutzpah, like just the kind of person she is, and she's gone through so much, and you also like have come out, both of you have come out so strong and just really own the show. So anything different we'll be seeing in this show, or similar situations?
So, well, season 1, like I said, was about being a hot mess and owning it. Mm-hmm. But season 2 was literally about taking control of your life. And I mean, you will see that whether it's my relationships, or whether it's my business, or whether it's my relationship with my mom, boys, etc., or my body, everything is just going to be amped up to 500. And everything is about just taking control. And I think not just taking control, but also, learning that you don't have to control everything maybe, and things always just fall into place, but you got to make the effort. Mm-hmm. So I think in season 2, both of us are just pushing to make things happen for us.
So would you say for season 2, it's like more controversial? Or by the way, is it scripted?
Well, so both seasons and every season that we do always will be a mix of fiction and reality. Mm-hmm. But even the parts that you see that are scripted are almost always borrowed from either something that happened to a friend. Like, a lot of my friends have these really strange dating experiences, and we just keep putting them in the show because they're so funny, and I think they're so relatable. Some are just tragic, but most are relatable. And I think other than that, I wouldn't say it's controversial, but yeah, it does. I mean, when I was sitting on the edit and watching it, I was like, damn, we made some moves this season. Yeah.
Disruptor you are. And any celebrity cameos we can expect?
Yes, we got a biggish one coming up. It's right in episode 1, but I cannot say who. But trust me, it will blow your mind. I can't say. I will not say. Because I will... No, you have to be surprised by it. And trust me, like when I was told... There's quite a few cameos in season 2. Oh. But they'll all remind you of something. They're very meaningful cameos.
I'm so intrigued by your show. You know, like you are right in the middle of Bollywood, and then of course you get in, and then we see the inside look. But is it natural? Like, do you try to keep the interactions as natural as possible, or do they know they're being filmed, so they kind of put on some kind of a facade as well? How is it?
So, you know, it's very interesting, but we shoot this series exactly like any other web series is shot in the country. It's, I'm talking 300 people, part of the crew. It's a proper shoot, it's a proper setup. However, I was thinking about this and I was like, you know, when I'm reacting to something that I know has already happened to me because I may have put that in the script and I wanted to share it with the world. How would I react on screen versus off screen? And I try and make my on screen reaction as close to the off screen one as possible because otherwise it won't be real, right?
Yeah.
It's a bit of a complicated space, and a lot of the time, like for me, a lot of closure happens on set because there may be a memory or there may be something that happened and it didn't come full circle in real life. But when I emote that on screen, I come full circle and I close that chapter. So actually, for me, it's very therapeutic to be on set.
So I want to ask, you spoke about how how the industry interacts with each other off screen. Now you speak so naturally right now, and everything is, you know, like it's so easy to talk to you. But when you actually sit down with your fellow friends in the industry, how is it like? Like on camera, you see a certain type of camaraderie, but does that happen off camera as well?
It actually really does, you know. It's I think that people have obviously made out the industry to be a really cold, dark place, but it's not like that. Especially the younger lot, they're actually great friends. They are, you know, like my girl gang, me, Sona, Maria, all of us, we're always backing each other, you know. We're always pushing each other to do something that's above and beyond, take up a challenge, do something new. You know, if we're having a work day crisis, a personal life crisis, we're all there for each other, you know. Okay. But at the same time, I feel like I do believe that if you have two really like 2 or 3 of the top actresses in the country or the 2 or 3 top actors in the country, they can also be friends, you know. Because I tell you that the amount of work people are getting today is so much. It's not like back in the day, right, where there were only that many films being made. Today you have films, you have the opportunity to do ads, you have the OTT opportunity. So I think just the amount of work has become insane. So, which is why I think you see people a little bit more chill and like being able to make friends easily now, I think.
That's interesting. So what happens with the free clothes now? Do people come to you and go like, Masaba, we have this award function, we have this event, can we get this outfit? How is it a collaboration all the time, or do celebrities actually come and buy?
So most of the time it's like you know, the stylist will make a call to my team and say this is just going for an event or whatever. And in most cases, when there is no customization, which mostly it is, and 90% of the time it's just the piece as is that's picked up to wear for an event, they just wear it and send it back. You know, it's just the way the industry has worked for so many years. But I have to say that not all, but some actors who wear my clothes, we do great numbers when they want it. Okay. I mean, sales through the roof. So it's a two-way street, you know. I gain something, the actor gains something, and most actors today are kind enough to do a full photo shoot, by the way, even if they're going for a small 10-minute event. So they do a photo shoot, they send you the pictures, so you have that content, right? But yeah, with the actors that don't track it, I have to say it's a bit of a waste.
Oh, and also last question, any trends that you are in full support of right now and trends that you're just like need to stop?
I think trends, I mean, I know that a lot of people are in the mood to just like be in their sweats and like gets and, you know, just be like oversized clothes. I just wish that all of us go back and remember, you know, like how you had the roaring 20s after whatever happened back then. I just think that we, after the pandemic, should really I don't want to say try or make an effort, but we should probably once in a way just get really dressed up. So I think the one trend I really want to see is just people wearing the most beautiful dress they own, the most beautiful hairstyle they have, the most beautiful lipstick they have, and just go out there and live your life. I think that's my motto and that's my agenda for this year, because I truly think we've had really hard 2 years, really, really hard.
Oh, 100%. And the fact that we've overcome all of this on the other side, it's a celebration.
Yeah, but I mean, I can tell you a makeup trend that I can get rid of is probably baking.
Baking?
Yeah, I don't get it. Like, I just find it. Why would you want? I just like people's face to be warm and nice in the color of the skin. I just think baking makes it a bit whitewashed.
Right? It makes it super cake, in my opinion.
Yeah, so I think I would love some natural, just easy makeup would be nice.
The natural look, and of course your vacation collection that we can't wait. It's dropping tomorrow, and it's where is it going to come out again? Can you give us some details on that?
So we're launching it at Meraki on the 16th of March.
Yes.
Which is, and we're launching it from 11 to 7. And I will be there personally from about 11 to 2. So do come. And it's going to be really fun. We're making it really interactive. It's the first time the brand is doing such a big event in 2 years. And so do come.
That's so exciting. So 16th of March, guys, Wednesday, mark your calendars, which is tomorrow. And of course, Masaba, Gupta, thank you so much for joining us on the Lovin Dubai show. It was great having you on, and the conversation was very sweet.
Thank you so much. Pleasure was all mine. I'll see you soon.
See you, and thanks for watching, guys.